E3's aptly named Day -1 and Day 0 are behind us and the show floor is open. The gaming world is on fire with new game announcements and previews of epic AAA titles. But we're here for the indies. So today, on Indie Connect, we take a look at what sort of indie titles were announced and showcased at all of the big conferences. Plus, see if any of my E3 predictions came true. Please tell me they did. As with any good story, let's start at the beginning. Day -1 brought us two conferences in EA and Bethesda, and while I didn't expect much in the way of indie announcements at either show, we were treated to a special announcement from EA who announced the EA Originals program, a platform similar to ID at Xbox where they cultivate some smaller developers and give them a platform to get their message out. During their announcement of EA Originals, they showcased their very first official title for the program. Following in the footsteps of Yarny's impossibly cute adventure in Unravel, EA has turned to the creative minds at Zoink Games and their open world, Fee. A game where there are no spoken words, but the music of the forest and animals inhabiting it create their own language, thematically giving it a similarity to Journey, but visually a very Ori and the Blind Forest style. Gameplay-wise, not much was shown off, but based on what I could discern, it gave off a sort of Metroidvania feel with its open world and loop to discover new songs to have animals get you to different locations. Combat looks to be handled by getting the other creatures to fight for you. Very hands-off, but gives it more of a puzzle game quality, which looks very interesting. No word on release dates, but if the turnaround on Unravel is any indicator, expect to see Fee late 2016, possibly early 2017. Day 0 started off strong with Microsoft giving its ID at Xbox update, showcasing what Microsoft has in store for the next year of independent titles on their platform. Their first title shown off was from the creators of Limbo. Inside, the next chapter from developer Playdead Studios was re-revealed with new footage, and it kept some of the same dark and bleak aesthetics from its predecessor. In the game, a boy tries desperately to stay alive in a world that seems to want him dead. There appears to be some themes of mind control where empty husks in the form of humans do the boy's bidding when connected to an odd machine. There's a whole lot there, and I cannot wait to get my hands on the game when it releases later this month on June 29th. Expect more coverage of the game when it releases. And if you haven't gotten the chance to play the first game, Limbo, it's free on Xbox One, so give it a shot as it really is a phenomenal game. After the trailer for Inside, Microsoft's director of ID at Xbox, Chris Sharla, took the stage to talk about the state of indie titles on Xbox. They launched a sizzle reel of nearly 20 games you can expect of Xbox One in the coming months. Finally, they discussed Microsoft's game preview system and talked about how successful it's been by discussing Ark Survival Evolved and announcing Slime Rancher, The Culling, Everspace, and DayZ, all as titles being added as the year progresses. For their last announcement, they showed a new game from Compulsion Games called We Happy Few for Xbox Game Preview, a first-person adventure game set in a dystopian alternate 1960s Britain where everybody takes a drug called joy to give them the impression that everything in the world is perfect when something is clearly amiss. Anyone not taking their joy is a downer and therefore a criminal. The game is just thick with style and really captures an era piece that games like BioShock are so well known for. This game will be very high on my radar as it gets closer to release. Following Microsoft's conference, there was the Ubisoft conference. While I didn't expect much in terms of indie titles, they did announce the sequel to 2015's Grow Home. A wonderful little game that was equal parts fun and charming. In Grow Up, you play as Bud, the little robot from the first game, except this time you aren't guided by Mom. Should be a great follow-up to last year's Grow Home, and definitely something I'm looking forward to. For the final conference of the night, Sony brought AAA thunder like you wouldn't believe possible. That being said, not 1 second of the actual press conference was dedicated to indie titles. Not one. Adam Boyes didn't take the stage and talk about indies, nothing. It was a very strange move from Sony, who has traditionally been such a champion for indies. It just seems like Microsoft is really taking over that role. However, if you were watching the pre-show, then there were 3 excellent looking indie games with new trailers. Bound, by Lingering Shadows developer Plastic, showed off its ultra-stylistic gameplay with its fluidity of dancing and platforming. The world moves around and really looks like a living work of art that our heroine gracefully dances through. The direction is to keep everything very focused on storytelling and keeping the gameplay as a complement, which creatively makes a lot of sense. Still no release date, but another indie title I look forward to. Abzu from Giant Squid, a small collection of talent from that game company who worked on Journey, showed off its new exploration trailer. The game shows its roots in Journey with the faceless character and the minimalist, narrative-driven exploration. In this adventure through the ocean, there are clearly lots of secrets to be revealed, and I cannot wait to see what they hold. Finally, Sony showed off Pyar from Supergiant Games, the minds behind Bastion and Transistor. Pyar is a strange mashup of sports and action RPG. You have to use your 3 characters to take the ball and throw it into your opponent's pyre to score a point. The person with the most points wins. Of course, there will be a strong narrative behind it which pushes the story forward. Supergiant has been one of my favorite developers for quite some time, so naturally I'm very excited about their new game. That about wraps up impressions from day -1 and day 0. Did anything catch your eye? Was there something missing you hope to see? Leave a comment and start the discussion, and of course, like and subscribe to get more impressions from E3 and Let's Plays as some of these incredible games begin gracing digital storefronts.